Okay, guys, so here is BTC chart. As you know, we don't like to trade on weekends, so we didn't do any trade today. So this is a 4-hour chart you can see, and let me just add volume here. All right, so this is what I'm seeing here. That again, chart is bullish for me. Chart is bullish. We are making higher highs and higher lows in 4 hour in daily. So what I'm looking for a daily closing above this region. Like we got a 4 hour candle closed above. Now we get a pullback on 4 hour and a daily closing above this region. That will keep the bias bullish. The chart will stay bullish. I was looking in 1 hour time frame to see where can we, if the BTC goes up and give us like a retest and goes up for a bullish momentum, where should we look for a short, or where should we look, what should be the target? So this is my region, but I'll be targeting 25,000 to 25,600 region. That will be my targets if I go long from here. and and if I look for a short, I will open a short in this region anywhere between here. So like I can get like enter here and DC above. My stop loss will be around above 25,800. So I might trade that if we get that chance. For that, we need a retest of this trend line, this green line in 4 hour and a daily closing above this. And then we go up, and I'll be targeting these. For why I will be shorting here, I saw an order block, or you can say a DCC here, actually two DCC here. So I'm looking for that, and I might target those before heading downwards. So that's just my simple bias right now. Not looking cool because it's weekend and you can see we barely have any bigger move yet. So it's just time wasting looking at the charts on weekend. I don't recommend trading on weekend. I don't trade on weekend. I used to take a time off on Binance. Like I can't even take a trade. I just put myself out. That actually keeps me away from the trading on the weekend. And now let's see what happens here. All right, so that's my BTC update. And one question was about divergences, and I love trading them. And let me just add an indicator RSI here. I trade RSI divergences, and that's just work out very good for me. I can't talk about for others. If I go in a daily chart, okay, there is no divergence here for me. Actually, I might got two RSI here. All right, so this is, you can see price made a higher high, and RSI is actually also making a higher high here. So it will depend on the daily closing. If we get that, that is clear. Okay, so that's one divergence. Let me see if we got any bearish divergence in on any lower time frame. All right, there's a bearish divergence here. You can see we had higher high in the RSI in the oscillator 73.96 here, and then it went to like, yeah, this candle has been closed. This is the region. It went to 70.93. So this is in RSI. It made a higher low in RSI, while price made from here to here another higher high. So you can see this is a bearish divergence, and the next candle was red. So you could have traded that as well. I have seen divergences on 1 minute as well, and they play out perfect. Actually, I was looking into an indicator I would like to show you as well. This is the divergence indicator, and that is a free script on TradingView. You can see here it showed a bearish divergence, and then you can see we had a red candle again. So it works good, but you can't get an alert on this, and it shows divergence late, not like right now. So you just have to stay on foot. You have to stay on your toes, and you can find a divergence here. Okay, this is again a case of bearish divergence in 3-hour time frame. So I'm expecting a next candle for 3 hour will be red, because we have the bearish divergence in 3 hours here. So this is the bearish divergence. I usually, whenever I see a divergence, like in RSI, whenever I'm not using this divergence indicator, I go Google, I just search RSI divergences, because I can't keep them memorized. I just go into them and see, okay, which divergence is that. I just know two, like I, I have memorized two: bullish divergence and bearish divergence. If a higher, you can see the price made a higher high, while the indicator made a higher low. Now that's bearish divergence. And if I show you something, we had the bullish divergence here, the hourly chart, I think. Let me just go to a clear chart, so just show you this divergence stuff. Forget about the support and resistance. Here you can see we had the bullish divergence. Price made a lower low, while the oscillator made a higher low. So that was bullish, and you can see how the next candle was green. So that's bullish divergence. Again, this is the bearish divergence, and you can see how there was a red candle, a big bearish divergence, big downward movement as well. So this works fine. You can see this is actually, I was looking at that, and that was a huge long point for me. I didn't get in because I was expecting 17K. It's just happened that we had a lower low here. It keeps on making lower lows while RSI keep on making higher lows. And you can see from here it started going up, and it was a very good bullish move. It was, if you had like traded, let's say, one Bitcoin from here after the candle closing, you would have made like 1,000 bucks just by trading, even more. So 1,200 and more bucks just trading one Bitcoin. That was a good move. This divergence indicator, you can use that. It shows you the bearish divergence and the bullish divergence. There is actually another indicator as well, which actually names the divergence as well, like hidden or regular. It shows the name for that as well. So you can use this divergence indicator, you can use the RSI, and just you have to be on the toes to find these divergences, and that actually works pretty good. And if I show you here, in the 1 hour we had this divergence here as well. The RSI was 70.35 here, and the candle closed. And when this candle green closed above that price, it was at 68.79, and you can see how we got a next red candle. So it works. I have tested a lot. It works. Divergences always work, but you have to be on your toes. And sometimes we get an extended divergence as well. So we have to look for that. If I show you ETH/USDT, so okay, this here is a divergence information for a daily time frame, which is actually should be good, but 68.84 and 67.07. The price has made a higher high. You can see here, price has made a higher high, while the divergence indicator, while the RSI made a higher low. So I'm expecting a downward move from this as well. We had a red candle, but you can say again that it was on weekend. We didn't get much action. Let's see how it goes. So yes, I believe in divergences and I do trade them. So that's actually a very good indicator for me. I always use them with the price action. So that would be update for today. Now I'm gonna